Hey, welcome back to the organizing tip of the day. Today I want to talk quickly about purging your kids' clutter and the importance of keeping your kids' room minimal so they can clean up their own stuff. So we all have difficulty with this, I think. I think all parents have difficulty purging their kids' belongings because, first of all, we feel like it's their stuff and we don't want to invade their privacy or break their trust by getting rid of things that are theirs. We also have sentimental attachments to our kids' drawings and toys and things like that. So we also feel like we're providing for them when they have a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of reasons why it's difficult to get rid of kids' things, but I think it's so important because just like an adult gets overwhelmed by clutter and mess, so does a child. And this is apparent with lots of studies that they've done, but they're also taking this into schools across North America by reducing visual clutter in the classroom, neutralizing it, and seeing a benefit in kids' behavior as well as their grades. You know that it's part of therapy for autism to reduce visual clutter, but I think it makes such an impact in all kids to teach them to keep their rooms neat and tidy and organized. And the only way that can be done is by having less stuff. So I'm really mean. My kids' room had started to become a disaster zone. It wasn't like a crazy, they're pretty tidy kids, but they were shoving things when they clean up. They were shoving stuff, you know, in cubbies, in baskets, in corners, because they just had too much to fit in the designated spots. And that's really what it came down to. And a lot of the times that's what clutter is. It's things without homes, and you can't organize if you don't have a place to put it. And if you have too much for the spots to put it, it's never going to happen. I love it when parents are like, clean your room to a kid and it's like piles everywhere. And there's no way you as an adult could do that. So it's going to be impossible for a kid. You're just setting them up for failure. You need to purge their stuff. I took out 3 garbage bags out of this room. And what I do when I do a big purge like that for my girls is usually I ask them before we get rid of something, but it's like pulling teeth. It's like getting your kids to eat vegetables or go to bed on time or take a bath or do their homework. It's a fight. But you do it because you know that's what's best for them. And getting their room to a manageable level of stuff is what's best for them. And as a parent, we just gotta suck it up and do it. So what I do is I fill up boxes and bags and I move it to a different location. And then I can either go through those boxes and bags together and decide what's important, or I can have them name the item that they want and go and get it for them and retrieve it for them. It's hard, but it's also going to be a positive experience for them because they're going to appreciate what they have more. They're going to be able to take care of it better, and you're teaching them a life lessons about organization, respecting your belongings, and the importance of picking and choosing what is important to keep. And I'll show you some of the ways that I try to help my kids with that important life lesson. One of the things we do is a baskets on their bed. And they each get 2 baskets, and they can put whatever they want into the basket. And when it's full, they have to purge and get rid of some stuff. So you can see their treasure boxes are exploding. That's about as full as it gets. When it starts being on the bed and all over the place, we're gonna have to get rid of some things or put some things in other locations. So my oldest daughter has 2 baskets as well, where she keeps her favorite books and treasures, and our kids, they share a very small room. So this is also a nice thing for their privacy. They're not allowed in each other's baskets. Those are their private spaces. Here's their bookshelf, and books are a hard one for me to get rid of, but I purged a lot that my kids just were not reading, and I donated them to the school's library. So I feel good because they're going to a worthy cause. My kids can still read them really if they want to, but it's now a manageable level for them to put away, to read, and the books aren't every freaking where. That was really hard for me to purge. I also try to keep their makeup table and dressers clear of stuff on top because clutter attracts other clutter, and the more stuff you have up there, the more stuff they're going to put up there. Inside their drawer, I use in all their drawers, I use dividers, and this is just Tupperware. So all their clips, all their elastics, and all their chapsticks are sort of divided. That way it's not just getting tossed in, and it's teaching them the importance of like putting things away in its proper home. And then I have behind here all their accessories. Jessica made these awesome frames with sheet metal behind and magnets to stick on their clips. And then she hung ribbon and loops to hang all their headbands underneath. I used 3M hooks for the overflow of ribbon. We have a lot of bows. It's ridiculous. And their necklaces that they like to wear. We also have an art wall where I frame some of their pictures and rotate them out. We also do this downstairs as well in the hallway, and that way it's teaching them, you know, the importance of selecting the pieces that they've worked hardest on, not just things they've scribbled in 5 minutes. Not every piece of paper is special because you've colored on it. It's the ones you've really tried your best and worked really hard on that we're going to save and treasure and display and be proud of. So those are some of my tips. Don't be afraid to purge your kids' stuff. You wouldn't give them candy for breakfast. Don't let them live in piles of their own clutter. That's your tip. We'll see you next time.